We are about to see the off. Better tell you that Swindon, of course, is in the black and Derby in the white. Jackson, as Mike said, is back in the team as the playmaker. Tom King, who did very well last week, he's sitting out. And that's the first lost possession of the afternoon. Swindon lose possession to Derby. Steve Johns there was the number 8. He's the playmaker. 3-second call there by Sean Donegan. He's called that. So Swindon back into possession. No score here. 19 minutes, 24 seconds left on the clock. I've been practicing Greg Modlewski's name. I don't need it there because that was Steve Bracken putting the ball in to put Swindon 2-0 ahead. 2 points to nothing, Derby with possession. Shot there from Ron Whitehead. Didn't go in, but the bar... Oh yeah, I'd tell a lie. It was good, and Mitch Patching gets a foul there. Ian Bilson, in fact, got that in. He's now got a chance to make this a three-point play from the line, which he doesn't. So all square here, 2 points each. Swindon in the black, remember, and Derby in white. Jackson with the ball now. And that's a nice shot there from Jacko. Action Jackson, they called him. And he's been training well and really competing to get back into the team. And that's Bolson's second this afternoon, 4 each. Dead level. And there's Watkins scoring for Swindon. Should say that Derby are undefeated this season. They've played 3 and won all 3. Swindon, of course, 1 win and 4 losses. Foul there on Bill Watkins. Nice rebound there from Greg. Fast break. Mitch Patching gets almost there. Shooting foul from Ron Whitehead, the American dunk merchant, would you believe? Well, Pete Baker, the coach, told me that he'd been working on the fast break, and there's the product of the week's work in training. Yeah. A superb fast break, that.
Yeah, the referee indicated just one basket, one foul throw, but number 14 that caused that foul kept talking to the referee, so the referee gave Mitch Patching 2.
Nice steal. Patching there to Greg, and yes, that's in, and it's getting good now. Swindon by 6, and a timeout is called. I am sorry, not a timeout. The referee was signifying a technical foul on Ron Whitehead, and that's his second foul of the afternoon. So it's all happening today. 17:32 on the clock. Swindon lead 10-4. And the captain, Mitch Patching, is at the line again. He has 2 attempts. And you can probably hear the cheers there as Mitch Patching misses his first. Obviously, Derby supporters are in today. But he gets the second. 11-4, Swindon lead. And a 3-second call there from Roy Harding. And it looks as though that was Ron Whitehead in the in the zone there for 3 seconds.
Well, we've certainly got an exciting ball game here,
Yes, Steve Bracken there, 2 points. 13 points to 4, and that's the biggest lead that Swindon Rakers have ever had in the National Basketball League. Will it last? The way they're playing suggests it might. That was Clarence Wiggins there having the argument, and Clarence Wiggins getting 2 points for Derby, brings them up to 6 points. And Derby have possession on that fumble down at the Swindon offensive end. That's Ron Whitehead now with the ball. Out, a shot from the outside, 2 points, 13 points to 7. Derby pulling back now. Never write Derby off, as I say. They are newcomers in the league this season, and they've won all 3 of their games. And Morris Watkins, or should I say Bill Watkins, as he's known here in Swindon. Of course, I mentioned last week we know him as Morris in the British Telecom League for some unknown reason. He's playing well today, is Watkins. And the basket's no good. 4 blue, as referee Sean Donegan signified, so that's Bill Watkins with a foul. Ron Whitehead shoots. It went in. Now we've got to see what the referee says. A foul there by Steve Bracken. The basket was deemed good, and so Ron Whitehead gets 1 shot from the foul line. Now here's the Swindon supporters trying to, and someone is there getting a little bit of attention from the Derby bench. Number 8 having some sort of ointment rubbed on his knee. Steve Johns, that was. Bill Watkins rather missed that one. It's a lovely assist, or it would have been an assist if it had gone in from Action Jackson, but you say Derby. I didn't quite caught who put the ball in there for Derby, but it's 13-15, a 2-point ball game. I'm just being told it's Ron Whitehead got that last basket. Jackson misses. Bracken gets the offensive rebound and makes no mistake. Back to a 4-point ball game. Swindon 17, Derby 13, 15:21 left on the clock in the first half here at the Oasis. And the foul call there, I think, yes, it was number 12, Captain Mitch Patching. And that, oh, sorry, I misread the referee's signal there. It's Greg Modzaleski, and that's his first foul, which gives Clarence Wiggins some shots from the foul line. Well, 1/2 here at the Oasis, 1/2 of the spectator stands are Swindon supporters, and the other side are the Derby supporters. And it's a pity we haven't got stereo here on Swindon cable, and you could hear distinct. You could tell exactly where the fans were sitting. Jackson with the ball, passes to Patching, Patching to Bracken. Bracken shoots over the basket. And Ron Whitehead almost got it, but deemed not to have touched it. He inbounds. It's Ron Whitehead, number 14. 14 and 12 for Derby are the two Americans. Greg Modzalewski just got his hand to that, but it went out of bounds. Derby still with possession. Shot there from Andy Mayer. Steve Bracken got the defensive rebound to Jackson. And that's got to be a 50-50 ball. As that's Andy Mayer and Mitch Patching. And I think we're coming up for a timeout. Yes, indeed. Timeout called there by Derby. And I have sitting beside me Terry Phillips, and Terry Phillips has just come down to the West Country recently from Derby. He used to cover the Derby team for the Derby Telegraph, and he's now the assistant sports editor at the Gloucester Citizen. Welcome to the Oasis, Terry. Now, how do you read the game from the Derby point of view?
From the Derby point of view, it's obviously a bad start, but they're notoriously bad starters in almost every game last season.
Yes.
They made a bad start, and then they came back, and in the second half they usually pushed through. Well, they did last season anyway, and come through to win because they won most of their games last season. But with Ron Whitehead picking up 2 fouls, that's obviously not good for Derby.
Is this his first season with Derby?
It is. He last season had a chap called Dave Smith as captain, and Ron Whitehead has come in as the second American this time in place of Dave Smith.
I should imagine he's probably having a little trouble getting used to the English rules. But we're back into the game. Mike, do you want to come in here?
Just that it's good to see Swindon so aggressive this afternoon. I mean, the last few weeks they've been a bit lethargic, to say the least, but this afternoon really aggressive. So here we go then for the jump ball.
Yeah, 17-15, Swindon lead. 14 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. Swindon have possession, and that's Greg Modzalewski. Been practicing his name all week. He misses the shot, but Mitch Patching gets the rebound, the offensive rebound, and gets it in. So Swindon by 4 now. And Swindon have 5 team fouls. Could prove disastrous for them. Ron Whitehead now passes it across for somebody to score. Did you catch who scored that, Mike?
I didn't know.
Anyway, it was Derby scored it. We know that. Action Jackson drive in almost through the back door to score 2. Still a 4-point ball game, 21-17. Trying to find an opening, Derby. Shot there from Clarence Vaughan wasn't very good. The ball's out now to Andy Mayer. Andy Mayer got it now. Whitehead. Whitehead shot from the outside, 2 points. It was only an inch or so off being a 3-pointer, but it didn't even touch the metalwork of the hoop. Greg Modzalewski, 2 points there. We're still on a 4-point ball game. Swindon lead by 4. That's Steve Johns with the ball. Andy Mayer. And they've turned it over. Jackson with the ball. Long pass down to Greg. Off the backboard and in. And now it's a 6-point ball game. It's Andy Mayer, number 9 there with the ball over the halfway line. Andy Mayer's gone over onto the other side. Shot there, long shot from Steve Johns. It was off. Good rebounding there from Greg Modzalewski to Watkins. There's Jackson there, but Watkins elects to pass it into the centre to Modzalewski, who makes no mistake. Swindon going into a little bit more of a lead now. 27 points to 19, Swindon lead. And there's another one, and Greg gets another defensive rebound. Long pass down to Watkins. Watkins off the backboard and in for a further 2 points. 2 minutes, 1 second on the clock. 29 points to 19. Swindon by 10. I don't think I've been quite so excited on one of these commentaries, Mike. This is really good.
Certainly is, and it certainly puts everyone in good stead for next week against Solent.
Yes, I think that's going to be a different ball game. But while you were talking there, Mike, Ron Whitehead pulled 2 points back. And there's a foul there on
14
Ron
again.
Whitehead. That's his 3rd foul. We have got 11 minutes left of this half, and of course 20 minutes of the second half. Substitution there. Bill Watkins has gone off for Swindon. Remember, Swindon playing in the black, and Dr. J, number 8, Dr. J, Dave Johnson. There you see him just turning around. He inbounds the ball. to Jackson, to Greg. Greg shoots. He misses it. Steve Johns does the rebounding there, and good hands there. Greg Modzalewski gets the interception of the pass. Jackson drives up, travelling foul there on Mitch Patching. Pity that. It was a good fast break play, that. And here's Ron Whitehead, or Ron Whitehead rather, passes to Andy Mayer. Andy Mayer to Clarence Wiggins. Clarence Wiggins to his fellow American Whitehead. And that was Andy Mayer with the shot there. It's off. As you heard Terry Phillips say just a few minutes ago in the timeout, Derby slow starters. Nice play there from Dave Johnson. But the little fumble on the pass didn't matter there. Swindon are now going ahead.
Modzalewski on good form this afternoon. He's only missed one basket.
Yeah, 31-21. Swindon by 10. 10 minutes 35 on the clock. And Mitch Patching acknowledges immediately that he fouled, and the referee agrees with him. And that's Mitch Patching's second foul. 6 team fouls now for the Rakers. One more team foul and they'll be it'll give Derby shots, or on the 1-on-1 situation. And that was Steve Bracken. Gets the ball, he fumbles it, but Jackson was there to make the recovery. Jackson shoots. I don't know whether that was a shot, but it was off. Greg Modzalewski was in there to counteract the mistake and pop the ball in the hoop. 33-21, Swindon lead. 10 minutes 6 seconds on the clock. Morris Wiggins misses. The whistle went before the shot. 11 blue there. That's Mitch Patching's third, I should imagine. Substitution here. Yes, Mitch Patching's third. Dave Gilbert will be going on. The timeout has been called by Swindon. 10 minutes 2 seconds on the clock, and Swindon lead 33-21. And there we're looking now at the Derby timeout. Now there's a bit of confusion, Terry, on who exactly is the coach for Swindon. For Derby today. Now Chris Squire, I believe his wife is producing a son or a daughter at the moment, and he's
That's
not
right.
here.
Yes, she's gone into hospital today.
Yeah.
So Tim Rudge, the assistant coach, has taken over the duties for today. He's an experienced player with National League experience.
Mm-hmm. Where did Tim come from?
He is a Derby man.
Yes.
He played for Derby CFE in the National League a few years ago, and he played last season for Derby.
Yeah.
And he's now stopped playing. He says he's getting too old now.
He's taken over. He's the assistant coach normally.
He is the assistant coach. He's just taken over for Chris, just for today.
Right. And what do you think he's telling them in there?
I don't know. They've got to start playing a lot better, haven't they?
Well, yes.
Not a good start at all by Derby.
But there again, 12-point deficit. It's not the end of the world.
No, certainly not.
With as we're just going now into what we call the beginning of the second quarter. There's 4 quarters to basketball, but there's no break in between, and the game's underway. Substitutions come on. Dave Gilbert, as I said, is come on. He's playing number 5. They're travelling there on Ron Whitehead. He didn't seem to like that call at all. I should perhaps point out that the rules in America, or the interpretations of the rules, are slightly different, and Americans do often have problems when they come over here in their first season. Dave Johnson shoots. 2 points there for Dave Johnson. That must have been very close to the 3-point line. Dave Johnson's first points of the afternoon. A 3-second call, and that I think it was again on Ron Whitehead. It's quite amazing to see an American falling for the 3-second rule so often. Jackson shoots, but doesn't get in, and Whitehead rebounds. Oh, that was Clarence Wiggins there. It would have been a nice pass if Whitehead had got hold of that. But Swindon back with possession, and that's Dr. J. Dave Johnson to Jackson, back to Johnson, to Paul Pullin. Here's Greg Modzleski, passes it back to Dave Johnson, who takes the shot, and that's in. What has happened to the Swindon team? Not that we mind, because Swindon are now 37-21 ahead. An amazing lead. Ron Whitehead shoots, misses. And Ian Burleson gets the rebound and 2 points. So Derby pulling 2 back there, 37-23, 8 minutes 39 on the clock. Steve Bracken with the ball now up at the other end for Swindon. He shoots, and that's good. 39 points to 23, 8:29 left. And Steve Johns dribbles the ball over the line. I'm sitting right behind the Derby fans, who are trying to encourage their team as Ron Whitehead shoots there. It was off, but there's a foul on 14, referee said, but on 15, Steve Bracken. I thought the referee signalled 14 there, but as I say, there's no 14. 14 is the shirt that Tom King plays in, but of course he's not in the game today. And that shot was good, so there's the scoreboard, 39-24. Will it be 39-25? It won't, as Ron Whitehead misses that and Steve Bracken rebounds. Fast break now, Greg Modzleski, a nice block there from Ron Whitehead. But Swindon still with possession. Jackson shoots, and it's there. Jackson having a very good game today, as are all the Rakers teams. 41-24 with 7 minutes 54 seconds. And my brain is trying to tick over, working it out. I think we're probably on course for a 100-point ball game here this afternoon. And that's 100 points to Swindon if they can keep their scoring rate up. Modzleski gets the rebound. Jackson drives the ball down over the halfway line, passes to Dr. J. Now we slow down. Dr. J back to action. Jackson to Greg, who shoots. Whitehead gets the rebound, and now he's dribbling. Whitehead to the ball. He passes out there to Clarence and back to Whitehead, who gets 2 points. 41-26. Swindon lead. Swindon are really playing a very, very good offensive game today, and their defence is pretty good as well, as Modzleski shoots and gets 2 points, 43 points to 26. And as you see, 6 minutes 56 seconds left on the clock. Derby just trying to find an opening. They thought they did. And that's two attempts there by Dan Burleson, both missing, and Dr. J with the ball to Jackson. And Paul Pullin now with his chance for points. He passes out to Steve Bracken, who has to get out the area pretty quickly. He shoots, it's off, and Greg tries to get the rebound but pushes it out of bounds to give Derby possession. Inbound from the sideline. And Steve Johns dribbles over the halfway line. Derby now trying to set the play going. 3-second call there, and that was Dan Burleson, I think, in the offensive zone for 3 seconds. No player can be in the offensive zone for 3 seconds, or should I say no offensive player when you're on offence. Shot by Greg, which is off, it's rebounded. Dave Johnson somehow gets the ball and puts it in, and Tim Rudge, the coach for Derby, I've just heard him ask for a timeout at the next opportunity. Wiggins tries to pass to somebody, but I think he must be colourblind. He passes to Steve Bracken, and that is an interesting one there. The foul, Steve Johns went down. The timeout has been called. But 8 white, the referee is signalling there. So Steve Johns picks up a foul as he goes down. And this is Derby's second timeout, and I think the saying is they really need it now. 5 minutes 36 of the first half remaining, and Swindon Rakers are leading 45-26. I'll repeat that in case any of you at home there don't believe it, because this is certainly their very best performance ever in the National League by the Rakers. 45 points to Swindon, 26 to Derby, and there you see on the scoreboard 17 fouls to Swindon, the home team of course, and 4 to Derby. So Swindon can't afford to give too many fouls away now, because every time team foul is called, it'll give Derby the option of having shots from the foul line, the 1-on-1 situation, the new rule this season. Well, the Swindon players are all out ready to go, so are the referees, but Derby just taking the extra few seconds of instruction from their coach Tim Rudge. Yes, I was thinking that, but the commentator for the spectators here pointed that out. I was going to say it was fouls on White, which should have meant down the other end, and there's absolute confusion here. Certainly the foul was given on Steve Johns. The referee signalled 8 White at the timeout, and Ron Whitehead, who just caught him in the picture talking to the coach and the referee. So it's Greg Modzalewski, as you see there, with the referee inbounding. Flash Gordon has come on. Who's gone off? Well, it's Action Jackson's gone off, having a little bit of a rest, and he deserves it. So Action Jackson off for Swindon, and Flash Gordon, a Cheltenham YMCA player, now playing in the National League for Swindon, has got that. And the foul has been called there on Steve Johns, and Swindon have possession. Roy Harding making that very quick and determined call there on, and that's the second foul on Johns. Greg Modzalewski with the shot, it's off, and Clarence Wiggins gets the rebound and doing a solo effort now. Now that's passes to the tall number 15 Ian Burleson, who gets 2 points back. And what has happened there? Sean Donegan has given a call. So there's a foul called on Swindon. Wasn't a team foul, fortunately. Swindon get possession. A 3-second call. 3-second call. The whistle goes, and this is interesting. And Roy Harding there is having a little word there with the Derby coach, Tim Rudge. Roy Harding from Malvern, I know him quite well, and he doesn't stand any messing at all from the sidelines, from coaches on either side, which is as it should be. But there again, coaches do like to see how far they can go in protecting their team. Dave Johnson with a long shot there. Thought that was going in, but Clarence Wiggins rebounds as Steve Johns takes the ball, passes, and Greg gets the ball. That's a turnover against Derby. Paul Pullin now shoots, it's off, and Ian Burleson gets the rebound. That's number 5, Dave Gilbert, the fair hair. That's a lovely pass there to Ron Whitehead, who makes sure of 2 points. 45 points to 30 now. Swindon lead, a bit of a press on, but Dr. J gets out of it. A pass to Flash Gordon, who passes back. Dave Johnson now the playmaker. Must be very hard to come in and take over playmaking from Action Jackson. Flash Gordon shoots, he misses, but Greg's there. Paul Pullin shoots, and it was off, but it came off, went out of bounds from a Derby player. So Swindon here in possession. I should imagine that Action Jackson will be coming back on fairly soon. And of course Steve Bracken is off, as I mentioned earlier, but that's the three-point play there from Greg Modzalewski. That's the first three-pointer of the afternoon. 3 minutes 25 left on the clock. 47 points to 30, Swindon lead. And as I say that, it's 47-33, because there was a three-point play from Derby. Dr. J to Flash Gordon, back to Dr. J. A pass over there to Paul Pullen. Will he make it this time? Yes. And that must have been about his 4th or 5th attempt to get his name actually on the score sheet. 49 points to 33. And I think it can be said that Swindon are on course for a 100-point ball game. There's usually more points scored in the second half in any game. Shot there, Greg Mudzalewski gets the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Andy Mayer coming back on for Derby as Dave Gilbert comes off. Whitehead with the shot for 2 points. The referee has stopped the game because there's a press on. Derby got a press on, but Dr. J's taking care of it. Lovely little bit of footwork there from Dr. J to Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon to Mitch Patching. Mitch Patching there to Greg. He shoots. That looks in. Yes, that's good.
He's on superb form, Modulewski. Missing very, very little.
51 points now to 35. 2 minutes, 9 seconds on the clock as Whitehead shoots for 2 points. I tell a lie. It looked as though the referee then changed his mind to 3 points there. But it's 51-38 now. Swindon lead. There's some consultation going on. Yeah, the referee has indicated that it definitely was a 3-point play there from Ron Whitehead. I must admit, I was, well, from where I'm sitting, it looked as though it was, but at least the referee has the guts to change his mind when he's wrong. And it's Paul Pullen now at the foul line. And the first one there was off. He gets a chance at the second now. So it was a shooting foul to give him 2 points from the line. Swindon, incidentally, on 17 fouls. Derby on 6. And the 4th foul there. Mike, did you spot who that foul was?
Mitch Patching.
It's Mitch Patching, is it? His 4th foul.
In fact, he's going off.
Yeah, playing for safety. He's played exceptionally well. Steve Bracken comes on, who he's played well from when he was on at the beginning of the game. So Mitch Patching there goes off.
1 minute 58 left.
51 points to 38. Whitehead at the line. He gets the first one, so he has a chance for the second. This could be a 12-point ball game now. 12 points behind they are. 51. The scoreboard has just changed on that 3-point play there. It's 51-40. And a steal there from Williams, and Williams goes over the top.
On 8.
It's
on
foul
Dr.
on
J.
8 on Dr. J. Referee said Dr. J went in underneath, but I would have said it was. I said it was there. Wiggins going over the top, but never mind. Wiggins gets the shot from the line, and Dr. J has gone off, and back on is Action Jackson. His first shot was good. 51 points to 41. Derby slowly bringing the arrears down for them. And that's Wiggins' second shot was good. For 51-42, 9-point ball game now. Swindon lead by 9. Action Jackson to Paul Pullen. Paul Pullen fumbles, but Greg is there to get the ball. And that's Ron Whitehead, a foul on Ron Whitehead, who just does not like that, and that should be his 4th foul. It is his 4th foul, so I would say that Derby are in considerable trouble now with Ron Whitehead, their American player, on 4 fouls. The sub has been asked for from the Derby bench, but I can't see number 13. It looks as though he's going on, which is Andy Padmore. And Ron Whitehead Ron Whitehead comes off, looking very, very unhappy. Very, very unhappy is Ron Whitehead. Still, that's the way it goes. And it's Greg Modzalewski at the foul line. This is a 1-1. He gets the first, so he has a chance for the second. 52-42, back to 10-point lead for Swindon. There is 1 minute 35 on the clock. The clock, of course, stops when there's shots from the foul line. Modzalewski gets the second one, 43-22. Swindon lead by 11. Clarence Wiggins tries to get in through the back door, but can't. Passes back out and they start the play again. Maurice Wiggins there with a shot. That's off, rebounded by Bracken. A quick pass to Action Jackson, who passes to Greg Modzalewski. The whistle's gone and the referee has indicated that Swindon have possession. So that was what they call a violation rather than a foul. Jackson to Bracken. Bracken fumbles. Clarence Wiggins gets it, but Jackson's there to get the interception back. Jackson passes out, tries to get it to Greg, but doesn't. Clarence Wiggins gets it and nearly knocks the glasses off my colleague here, Terry Phillips. So that's the second time in 2 weeks that we've had the ball come flying over onto the commentary position. Clarence Wiggins with a shot, doesn't get it. It's a good rebound there from Ian Burleson, but somehow Derby have still got possession. Looking for a way to get to the basket. There's a shot there from Derby number 8, Steve Johns. 2 points, a fast break down to Steve Bracken, 24 seconds, and a travelling violation there. So Steve Bracken puts the ball through the hoop. The game has stopped. I don't think the referee was satisfied on the inbound there. There's a good fast break being run there by Derby, who are very anxious to get more points on the board with 22 seconds on the clock. 53 points to 44, Swindon lead. 15 seconds left. So they're looking for the shot. And they've lost possession, ball's out of bounds, 5 seconds left. So Swindon have a chance. And Swindon have called a timeout. Obviously, Swindon want to make it 55 points to 44. And they've only got 5 seconds to do it. And we're now into the Derby corner, into the Derby timeout, where they are plotting. I tell the lie. No, we are in the Swindon. I must be colourblind, Mike. We're into the Swindon, where they're plotting on just how to get 2 points in 5 seconds. It's relatively easy, actually. 5 seconds is a long time. Because the clock doesn't start until the ball is actually touched. There you are, 5 seconds left, 53-44.
I think Derby are suffering from the same disease that Swindon Rakers have suffered from in the last three home games. They're just breaking down in front of the basket. But I must say at the same time that the Swindon defence is playing very, very well this afternoon.
And the offence, Mike, and the offence. They're in the lead. Ah, it didn't work there. Oh, now that is going to be interesting with 2 seconds left on the clock. And the foul is on Wiggins. A collision there with Flash Gordon. So this is interesting. 2 seconds left on the clock. 2 timeouts to both sides, and it should be a 1-1, I'd have thought, because both teams are on team fouls, on 17 fouls. Referees consulting. Coaches giving advice all around to the referees, but everyone seems to be walking down to the Swindon end. So it looks as though Flash Gordon from the Cheltenham YMCA came into the Rakers at the very, very beginning of the season after being injured in cricket. He has 2 shots, so 1-1. His first one is good. And remember, we've still got 2 seconds left. So theoretically, Derby could, and it's out of camera shot, but Johns is up. A good 2 points. Now the clock has started, but I don't think the clock shouldn't have started till that ball was inbounded, and the referee agrees with me. That's good there from the referee there, Sean Donegan, who's not the one on your picture. That's the back of Roy Donegan now. 2 seconds left. Derby inbound. 2 seconds left on the clock. They're just resetting the clock. 2 seconds left on the clock. And I have seen games won and lost with 2 seconds to go. In fact, I've actually seen the World Championship taken a few years ago with 1 second left on the clock. And a team was 1 point down with 1 second going, but they took the world title in that last second. Anything's possible in basketball, believe me. This is going to be very interesting. A long pass up there. The clock starts. The clock started there when Ian Burleson, the number 15, actually touched the ball up at this end, but he couldn't get the shot in.
Well, there we are then at half-time. Let's have your summary on the half-time then, Ed, on the first half.
Yeah, well, Swindon, amazing game. They have improved beyond all recognition. It is not fair to single out any player from the Swindon bench. Superb playing teamwork, and it's shown in the half-time score, which is 55 points to 44. And perhaps very quickly, if I can bring in Terry here from the Derby point of view.
Well, they're obviously playing very badly. Ron Whitehead on 4 fouls. It's just not going at all well for them. I mean, Ron Whitehead was described to me beforehand as a wild man by the Derby coach. And really, that's the way it's turned out. He's already got 4 fouls, and he's in danger of being fouled out very soon in the second half.
Yes, and I think that's going to be the clue to Swindon winning this game. 1 foul left on Ron Whitehead. He's got to come back into the game at some stage. But we'll wait now for the second half and just hope that Swindon can keep their lead.
Studios of the world's top film producers, Premiere brings you the talent, the artists, and the stories that make the really great movies. These are just some of the movies you can look forward to in March. More romance in It's My Turn with Jill Clayburgh and Mike Douglas.
Good. Count 3, back off.
More comedy with Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie.
I'd like to make her look a little more attractive. How far can you pull back?
How do you feel about Cleveland?
Knock it off.
That's good right there.
More family films like Life on the Mississippi.
Well, you see, ain't none of us ever seen a genuine heel-kicking, hat-floating, wide river baptism, and we're prepared to pay for the entertainment.
How many different TV stations can you watch at home? Swindon Cable brings you all these channels every day of the year.
And here we go, and a quick look at the scoreboard will tell us that Swindon are well in the lead as we're about to get the game underway, and Swindon should be able to win this. It all hinges on one certain player, I feel, on the Derby side, and that's number 15. Okay, so the referees are just about to... there's yet another delay for some reason, and here we go now. And another jump ball. But as I was saying, yeah, the key to Derby pulling this game back is number 15, Ian Burleson, who is doing very, very well under the boards. He came on, if you remember, instead of Ron Whitehead, who's on 4 fouls, as Ron Whitehead shoots. Now, Ron Whitehead will be playing very, very safely. He's done most of the Derby scoring. Remember, Swindon in black, Derby in white. Steve Bracken gets the first points of the second half, 57 points to 44. number 15 for Derby, is on court. He's under the boards now, but he doesn't need to get an offensive rebound because that shot is good. And Jackson now gets over the halfway line. That's Bill Watkins' shot hits the side of the backboard. Jackson does get a... There's your dunk. The dunk specialist, Ron Whitehead. Interesting little bit of useless information. He used to be a debt collector in New York City, and he did 4 dunks against Stoke in 2 minutes. Let's hope he doesn't do that to the Swindon Rakers. Certainly a more spirited defence from Derby, but that doesn't put Paul Pullen off, as he gets 2 points there to give Swindon a 59-48 lead. Clarence Wiggins with a shot, defensive rebound by Steve Bracken, the pass missed. A sort of a half dunk there, I think, from Ron Whitehead, who must be fired up now with 4 fouls. And a foul there on Steve Jones. That's his 3rd foul. And the first team foul for Derby in this half. Derby is certainly pressing to get the game back. A Jackson assist there to Bracken. And Bracken just a little jump there from him to put it into the basket. When you're 6'10", you don't have to jump very high to get the ball in.
But Action Jackson just oozing with ball skills.
Yeah, the great assist there. And that was Steve Johns. Steve Johns in the programme, but I'm told he's really Steve Jones. Never mind, what's in a name? And there you see the effect of the Derby press. And that has to be a foul there on Bill Watkins. Derby pressing Swindon. When Swindon are in defence, the press means that Derby, when they're in offence, they come up onto their offensive half and don't give Swindon the chance to get the ball down the court. And it's working. So the score is 61-52. Andy Mayer at the line. He misses. Ron Whitehead thinks that he could have rebounded that. He gets it, he puts it in, but the referee says, hey, come off it. Back there. It's a shooting foul, so he gets 2 shots automatically. Man-to-man marking on Jackson now. Lovely camera work there of the 2 nines. Defensive rebound from Ian Burleson to prevent Swindon getting another 2 points. The 2 nines are marking each other. That's Andy Mayer. Andy Mayer for Derby and Action Jackson. Brave Motzalewski loses the ball, and a dunk there from Clarence Wiggins. 61-57. The lead gradually going down. Jackson shoots. Now we've got to see what the referee says about this, whether that was good. 2 points was good. A timeout called there. Referee Sean Donegan. The foul was on 15 White, Ian Burleson. That's his 2nd foul. And the timeout was called, as you could imagine, by coach Pete Bakert. And there you see Coach Pete Bakert there telling the Swindon team on how to cope with this Derby press, which has certainly been effective. And there's the Derby team, and they are obviously being told keep this up. They brought the game back 61-57, and as I speak, the scoreboard hadn't had that last 2 points up, 63 points to 57. So Swindon by 6. There you see the Derby number 9, Andy Mayer. He is marking, close man-to-man marking with Keith Jackson. Shot there of the crowds. I don't know whether that's the Derby fans or the Swindon fans. Certainly in terms of noise, they're very equally balanced. Little smile there from Sean Donegan. There you are, the score, 16:39. Left on the clock, 63:57. And that was good, so it's 64:57. That's Whitehead there to Wiggins. Wiggins shoots, it's off, and Paul Bullen gets the rebound. Jackson, full of ball skills, manages to pass the ball to Watkins, who shoots, doesn't get it, and Wiggins gets the rebound, and he's driving down fast. And that Steve Bracken there was called on that. It was a risky play, but it was good. Intentional foul there, as you see the referee. No, you don't see, but he's signalling the foul. It's the third foul on Steve Bracken. Whitehead, you just saw there, was rubbing his wrist. He must have had a few knocks, I should think, in his life as a debt collector in New York City. Depends which area of New York City it was, but he's at the foul line.
Looks as if he might have been from the executive belt.
Yes, it does. He makes that his first shot good. It was a shooting foul, so he automatically gets two shots. And the second was good. 64 points to 59. And they're really, Derby are really pressing Swindon. Action Jackson there, and you just see Johns coming in, Mayer coming into the shot, who's Mayer, of course, marking Jackson. And there you see the effect of pressing and hustling. Mayer, he shoots, it's off, and the foul was on. The foul has been called on 12, Greg Modzalewski. 2 shots, referee Roy Harding there signalling 2 shots. And this game is getting very fast, very furious. There's a lot at stake here for Derby. They're unbeaten in the league after 3 games. And Swindon, of course, lost, but they've won 1 at Plymouth last weekend. Andy Mayer's first shot misses. He gets a second. 15 minutes, 46 seconds left of this ball game at the Swindon Oasis. But the second shot from Mayer goes in. Jackson with the ball. Mayer there, never far away. Nothing really flusters Jackson. Bracken shoots, it's off, and Whitehead gets the rebound, and he drives down and almost fumbles there, loses possession, and that is a lost possession. A long pass there to Andy Mayer. And before you can even finish speaking, the ball is up the other end with Swindon. Very fast game this. Watkins shoots, and that's in. 66 points to 60. Swindon by 6. 15 minutes exactly left. Andy Mayer, playmaker now. And that's in. That's Whitehead. Gets some points. Jackson with the ball. He's got two men on him on that play, but he still gets it away to Bracken, who shoots it short, and Wiggins is there to pick the play up. Whitehead tries to come in for the shot. He doesn't. I thought the collision was with referee Sean Donegan there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Blue 12, that's Greg. 2 shots. He gets 2 shots. The foul, he said, was on 12. I thought Greg had picked up a foul before. 2 shots now from Ron Whitehead. First one bounces out, so that's no good. 66 points to 62. And that's good. So that's 66 points to 63. Swindon by 3 now. Jackson there. And he slips. That'll be a possession now to Derby, who are there. Whitehead. Yeah, it's in. I think there's a little tip off that by Ian Burleson. And down at the end there, Greg Modzlewski trying to make a point with Roy Harding. Must be some water on the floor. That's Roy Harding there from Great Malvern, experienced National League referee. And there you see, you can just see in the background, the mopping up operation. Of course, water on a basketball court can be very, very dangerous, especially a game at this speed. End-line ball to Swindon with possession. Bill Watkins now. He's over the halfway line, can't move. Oh, a lovely pass there, but Greg Modzlewski didn't get it. And another turnover. Greg's got the ball now. Amazing second half, this. Amazing second half indeed. Steve Bracken shoots. And that is a foul on 15. Ian Burleson, you see referee Steve Harding showing the table with his hands. Clenched fist and 5 digits showing in his other hand. That means number 15. So that's Dan Burleson with another foul. The basket was signalled as good. So Steve Bracken gets 1 shot for a 3-point play. 2 points from the field and 1 from the foul line. Up and in. That's the 3 points there. And it's now Swindon 69, Derby 65. 14 minutes exactly on the clock. Whitehead with the ball, a long pass across the court to Andy Mayer. Steve Jones, Andy Mayer, Clarence Wiggins with the shot, and that's good. Jackson. Foul on number 9. Number 9 was number 9 for Derby. Mayer got the foul and got long to get it over the halfway line. It's just over now. Jackson takes it over. Jackson drives into the back door. He gets a shot up and a foul then, I think, by the look on Dan Burleson's face. He's acknowledging he made a bad mistake there and picked up a foul. He acknowledges it even before the referee signals. And there you see the signal, Ian Burleson. And that's Ian Burleson's 4th foul. 2 shots there for Action Jackson, and I can safely say now that Derby are in foul trouble. 4 fouls now on Ron Burleson, and of course 4 fouls on Ron Whitehead. They will have to be playing very, very cautiously, which means when you're on defence, you can't afford any risk. There's no risk at all in fouling. Jackson gets his first and his second. 71 points to 67. So Swindon by 4, and Derby with possession. Now, of course, they'll be making a substitution any moment. Just sitting in front of me is the substitute. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name. It's Mike. Perhaps Terry can tell me. How do you pronounce number 11, Mike?
Mike Isenbert.
Isenbert. Well, perhaps by the end of the game we'll have that correct. But there you see Izzy, the I see the commentator with the spectators. He's just going to call him Izzy. Good idea, that. He's number 11 anyway, and all sorts of action going on the floor there. Travelling foul. You've only got to move your feet when you're on the floor. Travelling violation, should I say. Jackson with the ball. Greg Modzlewski with a shot, and it's in. A good 2 points. 73 points to 67. And I'm just trying to have a look around to see who's come off. It is the number 15. Ian Burleson is off for Derby with 4 fouls. Good rebound by Keith Jackson. And Steve Bracken gets the point, and the timeout is being called by the Derby coach, Tim Rudge. All action here, I can tell you that. And there you see the Derby bench. 75 points to 67. Still very much Swindon's game with 12 minutes 37 to go, but don't rule out Derby, even though they've got two, I would say their two best players, or two of their three best players are both on 4 fouls. Mike, you want to come in?
Yes, it's, I think Peter Picott is worried about their 14 now as much as he was the 15, because 14 was in trouble with fouls. Now he's only got 1 to go, hasn't he? But I still think
both 14 and 15
yes,
are 1
but
to go.
I think the danger man that Peter Picott is more worried about now is 14 than 15. Why he's changed his mind, he's just indicating to his players, I don't know.
I should think about that Ron Whitehead has been in the game. He's number 14 since the beginning of the second half, and he hasn't picked up that 5th foul. Obviously an experienced player. That little bit of time at the end of the first half on the bench, the Derby coach, Tim Rudge, must have calmed him down a bit. And a shout of let's go from the Derby team. The other player that is in no foul trouble, that is good for Derby, is number 12, Clarence Wiggins from North Carolina, who shoots, and that was Clarence Wiggins shooting, but he misses it. Jackson now with the ball, a long pass to Bill Watkins, he shoots, and that's good. 77 points to 67. So it's Swindon by 10 with 12 minutes 8 seconds to go. Can they keep this up? We heard Terry Phillips saying in the first half that Derby come on strong in the second half. We've seen indication of that. But Swindon have possession. No points for Derby on their last possession. It's over the halfway line. There wasn't much time left. 10 seconds to get it over. A shot there from Greg. It misses. The rebound goes right out to Steve Bracken, who also misses. Wiggins with the ball. They still got the ball. Wiggins put that shot up. It missed, but all sorts of action going in under that board, which is the furthest one away from the commentary position. So it couldn't quite see exactly what was going on under there. But a foul has been called on Izzy, Mike Isambert. Obviously his first foul of the game. He's only just come on. Jackson takes the ball safely over the halfway line. Feigns a shot, but didn't he? Passes out to Greg, who shoots. He doesn't get it, but Clarence Wiggins rebounds. Jackson jumps in there, trying to save the ball going from out of bounds. And Clarence Wiggins gets the interception in the front court, but takes the ball over the back court. So that's a back court violation. Swindon get possession. And Ron Whitehead coming over to make a point with referee Sean Donegan from Southampton. And talking to Southampton, of course, the Solent Stars are here at the Leisure Centre, the Swindon Oasis, next week on Saturday. Solent Stars from Swindon, national champions.
From Southampton, not Swindon.
Ah, Swindon and Southampton both begin with S's, don't they? They are here in Swindon, coming up from Southampton. Greatest team in English basketball.
I wish they were from Swindon.
Oh, yes, so do I. Now, interesting. Yes, Ron Whitehead's on the ground. I don't know why.
I think he's trying to get into the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Could be. Oh, he gets up. No limp. Academy Award time, as I always call it. And Action Jackson there, just having a look to make sure there's no perspiration left on the floor. He says there was, and referee Sean Donegan does the mopping up operation with a smile on his face. Can't hear me saying, but I wonder if he's got a little monitor earpiece listening to what I'm saying. Certainly a smile there from him. Nice to see a referee smiling. Swindon with possession. Now they lead 77-67. Seems ages since a point was scored, but everyone's missing at the moment. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Greg. That's 12 points to Swindon now. I think a foul on Watkins. Yes, that's Watkins' 4th foul. He'll have to take it a little bit easy, but not crucial. Izzy's coming off, and number 13 there is Ian Padmore. Derby in white, of course. A long shot there from Ron Whitehead. It misses, but Ron Whitehead gets the ball back, and even that doesn't go in. Swindon don't rebound it, but they make it on that time. That was Dave Gilbert shooting. That's him off. The game could be Swindon's. Roy Harding there calling the foul on Ron Whitehead. The American Ron Whitehead is off, I think he was about to have a little go, I think, at the referee, but he didn't, and Tim Rudge, the coach, comes up. So 79 points to 67, 10 minutes, 10 seconds, as you can see, left on the board. The figure on the top of the picture there, 10-9, that is the time left. That's the time left in the game. That, I think, will signify that fouling out by Whitehead. But Derby are out of this game. Great play there from Dr. J. It's gone up to 14 points, 81-67. I reckon Swindon's first 100-pointer goes out of bounds. Swindon with possession. Dr. J inbounds there to Action Jackson.
Coach Peter Picot's must be relieved that now that 14's gone.
He must be. And 15 is playing, of course, and he's only got 1 foul to go. Steve Bracken. Nice play there from Steve Bracken. I can tell you it's all action, and the fans here are getting excited. Fans on both sides. All sorts of action going on under the board down on Derby's end there. Derby's offensive end. They just can't seem to get the ball through the hoop, and that's what counts. Travelling foul there by travelling violation rather by Steve Johns. So Swindon back into possession. This is certainly a game of turnovers, game of lost possessions. Bracken now, backdoor in, gets 2 points, but I didn't see the... I think it was probably a travelling violation. And a timeout now, a timeout to Derby. They really do need a timeout. I'll bring Terry in here. Terry, formerly with the Derby Evening Telegraph, knows the Derby team. Now, what is Tim Rudge saying in there, do you reckon?
I don't know. Derby showed a lot of urgency at the start of this half, but suddenly Swindon is well on top again. I can't really see Derby getting out of it. Ron Whitehead is such a key player. He's been their top scorer in all 3 wins so far, and without him, they're going to struggle to get back into this game.
Yeah, I think that assesses the situation right here. Now, there you see number 15 there, Ian Burleson. Ian Burleson could be the key and to any Derby recovery. And, of course, Clarence Wiggins, the number 12. You can just see him at the back of Ian Burleson. He's an American player. I think if this game is going to be pulled back by Derby, it'll be those 2 players. Certainly, there are 4 fouls on a couple of Swindon players, but not the crucial players. So it's good news as far as Swindon's concerned, with 8 minutes 52 seconds left. 83 points to 67, Swindon lead. As Bracken gets a blocked shot there. He blocks a shot of Derby. Nice picture of Jackson there, rounding Dave Gilbert to pass. And Dave Gilbert there picking up a foul. And Jackson gets 2 shots from the foul line. 8 minutes 35 seconds left. And his first one misses. That's very uncharacteristic of Action Jackson. He's a pretty good shooter from the foul line. And his second shot misses, and it's rebounded by Ian Burleson for Derby to give Derby possession. Tell you that Mitch Patching is back on. That's off, and Greg Modzalewski rebounds that, passes to Jackson. It's Jackson's job to get the ball over the halfway line to Dr. J. and Derby have possession, a violation, and it's a substitute. And it's Andy Mayer back in. And that's Clarence Wiggins pulling 2 points back, 83 points to 69. Swindon lead, 83-69. Jackson with the ball. Dave Gilbert marking him there. Dave Gilbert, number 5 for Derby. Greg Modzalewski. A feed into no basket. It was a feed into Steve Bracken, 3-second call. Andy Mayer, a feed to number 15, Ian Burleson. And eventually they get it in. A press on Swindon now. They've got 10 seconds to get the ball over the centre line. That's the halfway line. It's over now. A travelling violation there on Dr. J. Passes the ball to the ref. Roy Harding there having a little word with Dave Johnson, telling him to put the ball on the ground, not pass it to the referee on a violation. This is a crafty one. That's it. Rolling it along the floor. They don't touch it, so the possession doesn't start. The 30-second possession doesn't start until it crosses the line. Very crafty move there. And it was Andy Mayer who made that instruction. Who inbounded the ball. A foul on 13 White. That's Andy Padmore. That's his first foul. And that's the 7th foul. 7th foul on for Derby. They're choosing
6 minutes 55 left.
Swindon with possession. They've got a press on to Jackson. Dave Johnson gets the ball to Jackson. He passes it back to Dr. J, who passes out to Greg. And there's Mitch Patching, the captain. And he runs backwards. So Derby in possession. Swindon defence hustling. Now, had Izzy, the number 12, got that pass, that would have been a great one. Jackson to Greg, it misses, and Andy Padmore rebounds for Derby. And Ian Burleson pulls 2 points back. 6 minutes 7 seconds left. 85-73. Swindon by 12. Dave Johnson gets the ball over the halfway line to Jackson. Jackson manages to get around 2 players there. And he puts the shot up and it's good. 87 points to 63, Swindon lead. Another of these things, but they shouldn't have done it because the clock was running. Referee Sean Donegan says possession to Swindon and a no one knows who's going to inbound the ball. There's three Derby players on them, and they pulled a foul there on Dr. J. A pushing foul, Dr. J. His second foul, worth the hustle. The referee explaining to the Derby bench with a little smile that it was on the Swindon number 8. That's Clarence Wiggins there, gets 2 points, and I did overhear. It's all action here, foul there on Steve Jones. It's his 4th foul, and they'll be going to the line now. Swindon will be going to the line, Jackson going to the line to shoot 1-1 for Swindon. I must say the referees here are controlling this game very well indeed. It's a fast game. The referees doing a very, very good job. Jackson gets the first one, and the instruction has gone out from coach Tim Rudge on the Derby bench. Clarence has got to do the shooting, so watch out for number 12 Wiggins in the white. Jackson gets his second. Out of bounds, but they still have possession. Derby still have possession. That would have been nice if that had gone in from Clarence Wiggins. Oh, and up at the other end, it was a travel. He missed the pass. Greg missed that pass. Okay, and here's Mike Hibbert coming on, and Andy Padmore coming off. Number 7 there is Mike Hibbert, 6'2" guard. Nice shot there from Steve Jones. 2 points, 4 minutes 50 seconds to go. 89 points to 75. Steve Bracken in possession for Swindon. He passes it back. Jackson with the ball now, looking for someone. Oh, a lovely pass from behind to Greg. He wasn't really in position to receive it, but eventually did, and he's got the ball now. It's good offensive play to Bill Watkins, who shoots. That's in. Another 2 points. 91 points to 77. So Swindon really taking this lead. They could be on course for their first home win, but with 4 minutes 18 seconds, I am not sticking my head out at this stage. And Dan Burleson picking up 2 for Derby. 91 points to 79. Swindon by 12, 4 minutes left. 12 points is 6 possessions. Watkins trying to find somebody to pass to. He does. It's Greg. He shoots, gets his own rebound. 50-50 ball. And that is with Clarence Wiggins. So it's Clarence Wiggins for Derby. Excuse me, and Greg to jump for possession. Greg's the taller of the two. He gets it. There's a violation there somewhere, and Derby with possession. And that's a foul on 9. Is worth the try by Jackson there. Steals the ball. That is only his first foul of the game. Normally what a coach would say at this stage of the game, anyone picking up his first foul hasn't really played a good game, but you can't say that for Jacko. He's really played well tonight. Steve Jones at the line misses his first, doesn't have a chance for the second. A 1-on-1 that was. Jackson now with the ball, 3:33 on the clock, 91-79 Swindon. And the whistle has gone the second time to stop everything. Andy Mayer. So Jackson to the line. This is for a 1-and-1. 91 points to 79, 3 minutes 25 on the clock. Jackson gets his first, so he has another chance to make it 93-79. And he misses. Who gets the rebound? It's out of bounds, I think, just as Mitch Patching got it. 72 points to 79. Sorry, 92 points to 79. Commentating here, we're not at the Oasis, we're not used to Swindon being leading at this stage in the game. But good luck to them, they've played exceptionally well today. Mitch Patching, the easiest of jobs there. Lovely assist there from Keith Jackson. Steve Jones now with the ball. Clarence Wiggins shoots, it's off, and Greg gets the rebound. And the press worked. Hibbert gets the ball and 2 points. 94 points to 81. A travelling violation there on Bill Watkins, no doubt about that. So Derby have possession. Shot there from Jones, it misses. Gregg gets possession, gives the ball to Jackson, a long pass to Patching. A lovely little layup shot there to put it 96 points to 41. 4 points away, Swindon are from a 100-point ball game. Clarence Wiggins shoots 2 points, 96 points to 83. And Swindon still have possession. They're inbounding. Number 9 down there, Andy Mayer, hard on the inbounder, and that is a foul on Steve Jones, trying to prevent Watkins coming through, and that is Steve Jones out of this ball game. That's his 5th foul, so out Steve Jones goes. It has to be said that Swindon have got a few players on 4 fouls as well, but they're surviving. It's Derby that are getting into the foul problems, and Andy Padmore, number 13, there's just coming into the picture. He's coming on now to replace Steve Jones. Maurice Watkins at the line. He gets the first one. So he has a chance to go for a second. 97 points to 83. And he gets the second. 98 points to 83. And 2 points away from 100. Magical figure. All basketball teams love to get 100 points. And no, it went out of bounds, or else it could have been. It went out of bounds, down in the defensive end. So Derby with possession. And you watch for the cheer from the Swindon fans when that 100th point comes. Who's going to get it? And timeout has been asked by Coach Pete Baker. Obviously, he wants to settle the side down just a little bit. We've seen 2 lost possessions in the last 2 plays. They've not the sort of thing that you should do when there's 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock. 98 points to 83, Swindon lead. I'll stick my neck out now. Yes, it's safe. The game belongs to Swindon. They've won this ball game, but there's a minute 50 to play. It would take a lot for Derby to come back in. There you see the Swindon team, Coach Pete Bakert there, and Derby. Now, what must Derby be feeling? Their first defeat in the National League this season is imminent. But Derby have possession, so they could possibly get 3 points from this possession. Something tells me no, but Gregg's got the ball. Illegal dribble. That's it, yeah, illegal dribble. A referee signalled that. So this 100 points is going to be elusive. That's the 3rd turnover now conceded by Swindon as they try to get their 100th point. 98 points to 83, 1 minute 42 on the clock. And I'm sure Derby would just like Swindon not to get the 100 points. They'll do everything they can to stop them, but they've pulled 2 points back there with Ian Burleson. Swindon with possession. Jackson there, just waving, telling the Swindon players to calm down. Jackson now, Gregg with the ball. He's up, he passes to Bracken. Is it Bracken's day? No, it's off. And Mayer gets the ball. Shoots that, it didn't go in when I was trying to see. It seemed that two Derby players collided there. And Swindon had possession. Now, have to wait and see what the referee says on that. Bill Watkins. And that's Bill's 5th foul, so he's out of the game. He's played very well. The best I've seen Bill play all season. And Flash Gordon coming back on court to replace Watkins as Andy Mayer shoots from the foul line. 2 shots he's got. The first one is good. 98 points to 87 now. Or is it 86? I don't know whether they've changed the board yet. He misses it. I was just about to say he missed the second, but he doesn't. Now Jackson, will Jackson get this elusive? The whistle's gone. Double dribble. The referee indicated. The score is 98-87. 48 seconds to go. Derby know that they've lost this ball game, but what they're going to do is to prevent Swindon from getting the three figures. Flash Gordon. Pass over to Jackson. 28 seconds, the whistle's gone. And referee signal number 7 for Derby, Mike Hibbert. So it's going to be Jackson has the chance from the foul line. No, they've elected to take possession, which is their right. 27 seconds. Flash Gordon inbounds to Greg Modzaleski. Greg shoots, that's off. He gets the rebound. The whistle gone, but the basket should be good. 2 points, so that's it. Swindon's first 100-point game in the National League. And a standing ovation here from the Rakers fans. Greg has a chance to make it 101 from the line. 21 seconds left on the clock. He misses that, and Wiggins gets the rebound. 18 seconds left. There's nothing really to play for now. The Rakers have won their first ever National League game at home at the Oasis. And that's it. Swindon win 100 points to 89. John L. Derby's first National League defeat. And it's the Rakers who have done it. And it's their second National League win for the Rakers and their first at home. And they did it in style, a 100-point ball game. Mike.
Well, there you have it. I'm sure Peter Vacotte and Doug Watkins, the manager, will be thrilled to bits. And this certainly puts Swindon Rakers in very good stead for their home game, the National League Cup game against Solent next week. Well, I hope all the viewers have enjoyed today's game. We look forward to seeing you next week on Saturday this time and not Sunday, when we'll be bringing you Swindon Rakers versus Solent from the Oasis Leisure Centre. Goodbye.